Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chess Wise. Today we are going to look at the next topic, that is the opposite side castling. We had looked at one game based on opposite side castling. It was based on the concept of pawn storm. Today we are going to look at how piece play is another important factor. One side tries for pawn play and the other side can try for piece play. This kind of scenario can happen. Both can try for pawn storm, both can try for piece play. One tries for pawn storm and other tries for piece play. These three scenarios are possible. So today we will look at this game. So e4, e5, d4, ed, qd4. Many consider this move to be just bad, but there is a plan for white which he tries to follow. Let's see. After the move h6, the queen goes to e3. Very strange placing for the queen, but the plan is simple. White wants to play knight c3, bd2, long castle, and then maybe develop nf3, bc4 and try to attack the black king side. Now what is good about this game is the black player knew that this is white's plan. So black was knowing the plan, what is the right way to play, and he formed a plan slightly differently. The game which we saw earlier, nf6 was played in that game. So here black used another plan, knowing that nc3, bd2, long castle is white's plan. Black goes for g6. Okay, he wants to place the bishop on g7, keep the diagonal for the bishop open. Okay, let's see. Knight c3, bg7, bishop d2, and black makes a plan here. He understands again playing nf6 is not necessary that white will play e5. White can just develop bc4, and this knight on f6 might be not that useful because it will block the bishop's diagonal. So he went for the move ne7. Okay, knight is doing the same job as it if we talk about the center. So from both places it is guarding d5. Okay, and black is all set to do castle. So white went castle, castle. And here, according to me, it was very important that white played the move nf3. Okay, but the logic says that white should go for the plan h4, h5, try to break hg and get the bishop to c4. The reason white didn't play bc4, according to me, is maybe he was not liking the move knight e5. Knight will go to e5, attack the bishop, bishop goes to b3, then maybe a5, and we see that black will start his play little bit faster over there. But still, I think if he wanted to stop ne5, he should have played nf3 or bishop c4. Let's look at the development now. See, white has 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, castle will be counted as 1. And for black also, see, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So development wise, both are looking almost equal. Here white plays another logical move, f4. Okay, but according to me, f4 is not that sensible move, because firstly, see, we are closing this diagonal. Okay, playing f5 will not give anything right now. f5 and fg, even if we get, black can do hg also and fg also in this position. So white is trying to play on the side now. Okay, and he is not developing the pieces. So this is an important moment for the black player here. Black to play. Let's try to make a plan for black. If you know the concept that when one side is trying to play from the side of the board, to counter it, the best play is break the center. So what happens? When you attack on the center, then what happens? Opponent has to concentrate on the center, and when he is trying to concentrate on the center, automatically his attack on the side will be stopped. So black calculates in the move d5 now. Okay, at first d5 looks wrong, because after d5, ed5, nd5, nd5, qd5, we feel like there will be bb4, rook attacks the queen and bishop can take f8. Okay, but black has some other idea in mind. He goes for the move d5, good move, e into d5, knight b4. This is the first tactical point. This is one of my favorite games. See the way black attack develops now. The knight attacks d5, he simply can take now knight e d5, knight d5, and then knight d5 maybe. Sometimes the threat is bishop c3, knight a2 check, which also we can consider here. And there is one more threat. White played the obvious move, bishop c4. He protects the d5 pawn. Okay, and he is again eyeing for the same tactic, nd5, 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 and now instead of taking bd5, okay, he can try the move queen f3, attacking the knight. Again we can do bd5, qd5, bb4 also, but there is the interesting move queen a2, and after bf8 there will be qb2 check. So that position will be very good for black. But black uses even better move here. Black first goes bishop f5. See, this is what happens. So opponent was playing one move on the side, and black has done what? He has broken the center, never giving white any chance to act again on the side, and all the attention is grabbed in the center. So white is now basically deflected from his attack from the side. Now c2 cannot be given up. There are two threats now. Bishop c2 is a small threat, even nc2 is a threat. So white went bb3. So basically in last 2-3 moves, black has grabbed all the initiative. It's like the position is stabilized and black doesn't have any tactic right now, because same after nd5, 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 bd5, qd5, there will be bb4. Let's look at that line. Black went knight d5, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, and now if we see after the move bishop d5, 2d5, bb4, trying to win the exchange, but it's extremely dangerous because after the move queen a2, according to me the best move should be perhaps queen a3 here, trade the queens, remain pawn down, and accept that the play has gone wrong. That is the best maybe white can do. Okay. But if bishop into f8 is taken, then the black attack is very strong. So like we have done many positions, position solving for improvement section, what we are trying to teach, if we evaluate that way, see the king safety. White king is under huge pressure. Queen attacks b2, bishop attacks c2, bishop attacks b2, and too much pressure near the king. So the king safety is very bad. Now comes qb2 check, kd2, qc2 check, king e1, and amongst many things we can do bishop c3 check and winning all the material. If king comes to f1, then queen d1 check. Note that bishop is always hanging, so we are not hurrying, perhaps forced to take queen into c3, because after king f1, queen d1 check, kf2, bd4 is anyways there, queen is going to be lost, so maybe he can just give up the queen here itself. After qc3, yeah, black is winning. Let's go back to the after nd5, white took nd5, and now after the move nd5, he didn't take bishop into d5. So the queen is attacked now. The queen has to be moved. White plays queen f3, attacking the knight. He can use the move g4 in future and push the bishop away from its active placing. This is the position with black to play. Let's try to evaluate the position and figure out whether black should look for a combination here. So if we spend some time in the position, we will see that the things have just settled for white. Counting the development, we will come to know that 1, 2, 3, 4 developed pieces for black. Queen is open. Okay, white has 1, 2, 3, 4 developed pieces for white, and the king is somewhat unsafe. Bishop is eyeing directly. See, both bishops eyeing towards the king. Knight controls square near the king, and the move is black's. So which adds to the whole lot of pressure in the position. So black found the good move in f6. In fact, if we understand the game properly, we will realize that after d5, white has never got any chance to recover from that blow in the center. So now b2 is attacked, and again it was the last chance to play bishop c3 and trade some pieces here. although the position is just bad, knight c3, bc, queen c3, queen c3, bishop c3, we see that the two bishops are very strongly placed. a5, a4 will put lot of pressure on the b3 bishop, and we see that development wise also black is better. Black can start trading the pieces. Here the bishop pair will be very strong, because you see this position after the trade on c3, the bishops are on the open board, and there are a lot of the empty squares where bishops can control both the color. So none of the bishop is bad. That is the main point. Okay, let's go to the game. White played c3. Now because of the move c3, what has happened? This b1 h7 diagonal has become weak, and the king has no place to move. So the tactics now happens on its own, we can say. Black starts creating threats, and now black has a force combination actually. First move, knight b4, very strong. Threatens knight d3, king b1, knight e1, discovered check, and the queen is lost. Of course, I think you know that cb is not possible because qb2 mates, pawn is pinned, and only way to stop the check on d3 is the move bishop c4. See what white has been doing since last few moves. Defending and only defending. Too many defenders make overloaded pieces. So we can see that the c4 bishop is overloaded, stopping in d3, and if you have noted, stopping knight a2 checkmate. Okay, so black has another killer move here, queen a6, and this is the decisive move. Now game is almost over. There is some interesting analysis. Let's see if white is able to provide any defense at all. Firstly, everyone must have noted bishop takes queen, then knight a2 is checkmate. Bishop is hanging, so taking cb4. Okay, this move cb4 will not give any help, because after qc4 check, bishop c3, amongst many things like bishop e4, okay, bishop into c3, qc3, qa2, we can also do the move qa2 directly, okay, which is also very strong. Threatens queen b1 check, kd2, rook a d8 check. This rook has open file, another one, so we are getting the a rook to d8. So both rooks will be on the open file, and that will be winning for black. White tried one last attempt here. White played the move g4. Simple idea, he wants to trade this bishop. Okay, so for example, if queen into c4, then g into f5. Of course, this position is very bad. Knight a2 check is there. Queen a2 can be tried. Queen a2, cb not possible because of qb2 mate. Okay, several things are there. But again, black is not giving any chance to white. So black goes for the strong move, queen into a2. See, many must have expected knight a2 check here. Okay, which was also looking good, but after knight a2, do note that knight a2, bishop a2, queen a2, then gf5, stopping the mate on b1 or a1. Okay, so that this was the only trap, I think, what white was trying to divert the bishop. But after queen a2, now it's game over, and there are few moves we will try to analyze. Only place or only way to stop qa1, qb1 and qb2 threats is to move the bishop. Let us see the analysis again. Same cb4, then qb2 and qb1 both mates. G into f5 allows queen a1 checkmate, knight is guarding c2. Bishop into a2 allows knight a2 mate. And only other moves, one bishop e3 which was played in the game, and other bishop to e1. So to this we can do simply queen check, kd2, queen b2 check, or even queen c2 check, ke3, rook e8 check, and we can win whichever way we want. Queen e4 force, queen will be taken, soon he will be mated. Whatever material he wants he can take, and the game is lost. Other moves like qa1 will also result to the same thing. White played bishop to e3, vacating the d2 square. He wants to run to e1. So idea is qb1 check, king d2, queen c2 check, ke1 when d1 is guarded. So black understood this. White is trying to escape. That can also win, and black plays another brilliant move, bishop into c3. One after the other there are sacrifices. Once the position becomes overwhelming or too good, then there is no defense absolutely possible. All we have to do is look for good moves, look for good ideas, and sacrifices happen automatically. Now see, all the squares are blocked. C2, D2, B1, all the three are covered. BC3 not possible because of QC2 mate. Again same, GF5 not possible because of QB2 and QA1 mate. Bishop into A2 not possible because of knight A2 mates. See the picturesque position here. Bishops are guarding the D2, C2 and B1 squares. Knight is giving check. Semi-smothered mate like situation. So here actually white resigned in the game because there is absolutely no defense. At the most what he can do is play bishop f7 check, and after rook f7 one more rook d8 check maybe. Okay, but again see, rook comes to d8, guards the d1 square, and there is no bishop to take on a2 anymore. So the position will be winning. So this is how black won the game. So this was another idea. Whenever there is opposite side castling, it's not that all the time we go for pawn storm only. We can use piece play. Pieces can be transferred near the opponent's king. Okay. So I hope you are enjoying these lessons. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.